I happened to be standing in just the right moment to meet her. We were outside the hotel, where just inside the doors, the banquet hall was crowded with women excited and eager to better their lives. A women's conference, a motivational speaker's playground. Oh, where to even start? I was leaning over to fix my shoe. The patent leather pink bubblegum wedges. Now, I don't know what made me look up in that moment, but I did. Right into a pair of the most beautiful mocha-colored eyes, nestled in this blanket of deep wrinkles that told a story of a rich life. Standing there outside that banquet hall, we had nothing in common, at least on the outside anyway, which is the norm for me, considering I got on 4-inch rhinestone fairy castle on my pants, 37 pieces of fake hair, and enough makeup to put me in a different weight category. So there was nothing on the outside that connected us, but rather on the inside. I'll call her Faith, not because that was her name, but because that was our instant bond. The one trait that doesn't know age or color or size or walk of life, just simple faith. We went standing outside on the cement entryway of this hotel. We went from hello to talking about, well, God and his impact on our lives, which sounds like a strange conversation to have with someone you just met. I think that's how I know they're divine appointments. They don't make sense without him. When she spoke, every word held as much weight as the silence with which she then listened to me, drinking in my words as if she were tasting a fine wine. What an honor to be treated with such respect. How I hope that just once in my life I'm one of those people who listens like that. But I fear if you took all my moments and ran them through a sifter, you would find but a handful that really hold that kind of weight. Her eyes held kindness, no judgment, no condescension, no anxiety, just this strength of her conviction with this openness to be changed. She didn't make me feel less than, but even more than I was before. What a great combination in a woman. I want to be that kind of woman, a woman like Faith. Our conversation had one theme. It wasn't about the weather or how we liked each other's outfits or where we were from or what we do for a living. Our conversation in an instant had one theme. We were just praising what an awesome God we serve. Our love that we knew in different ways for him, through different struggles he had pulled us through. We talked about his promises and the goodness of his word, me and my broken scripture and mixed up verses and incorrect pronunciations, her and her flawless recitation of the words that had carried her, bearing witness to this lifetime of not just studying his truth, but having it embedded in her heart. The two of us from different places, yet bonding together in this common spirit, on fire for him, each one just as bright, just as fervent, with no tally marks. We were simply reveling in the awesomeness of God. What was so amazing to me was that this wasn't a church conference. We had not shared a day together or even a moment before this one. She didn't know who I was, nor I her. We were simply two women caught up in that same moment, crossing over the line of strangers, skipping friendship, and straight into divine sisterhood. Those moments, I fully believe, are orchestrated by our King. I thought it was odd that she didn't stay, but rather walked in the other direction as we said our goodbyes. I thought she was going into the same conference I was, but she wasn't. She went the other way. I thought it odd that she was dragging a suitcase with a piece of masking tape on which a name had been handwritten in faded letters I could no longer make out. I thought it odd that just now I noticed she was wearing slippers. "Wait," I called out as she waved goodbye. I said, "I didn't get your name." But it was too late. She couldn't hear me. She was already across the street, shuffling leisurely, pulling out a ragged suitcase with the masking tape monogram. I watched her disappear around the corner into the alley, and she never looked back. One more moment, and we never would have met. What if I hadn't looked up? I would have missed her. I believe that life gives you a finite number of moments, counted out, handpicked, 60 minutes in one moment, 300 moments in 5, 3,000 minutes in 10, 3,600 in an hour, 86,400 in a day, 604,800 moments in a week, each moment as unique as the person standing in it. A moment able to change with one hesitation, with one unexpected thing placed in your path, or one person, one action which results in another's reaction, which turn and cross and intersect as each moment changes and rolls over into another, all divinely orchestrated. And I do not believe that there are any ordinary moments. I believe that in every moment there's a story waiting to unfold, waiting to be told, a truth, a blessing, a moment as swift and fleeting as a butterfly that lands on this flower petal only once. I believe every moment has the potential, the whispered hope of being something divine. I believe that much is happening in every moment, whether we hear it or not, whether we choose to look up. I think we often talk about conquering our past or pressing on with persistence to future visions and finding the strength to get through tomorrow, while stepping right over the moment we're in, the now, this very moment. Thinking about tomorrow is just, too big. Thinking about yesterday is wasteful and not the direction where we're going, because where you look is where you land. So don't be so busy looking out there when you need to be looking right here. Focus on this moment where you have tremendous strength and clarity, where someone is waiting in this moment that you have stepped into, this moment that will never happen again. It is yours, your gift to open, plan just for you. So put down the to-do list, the worries, the distractions, and be here. And give it all you got. It might be the only one you get. Even if it's not the moment you thought it would be. I mean, it rarely is. But it is exactly where you're supposed to be. And what happens down the line could be a direct result of what you do with this moment. Don't waste it. If you always focus on stepping into this moment, then the future will take care of itself. The destiny will be forged. For you have done much more than planned the path. You will have conquered the moments. And those moments add up to a life well lived, a life with no regrets. For we don't reach our destination, that finish line, in one giant leap, but in a series of tiny little moments. Thank you, Faith, wherever you are, for looking up. I miss you. I'll see you on the other side.